All right, hello, hello. We're getting ready here to do some little flight up to Montreal. And I'll probably fly back too. That's kind of the plan, I would say. Go ahead and get that going. $51.47, $51.47. Let's see, we'll try 50% fuel. Let's see. 50 is excessive. Let's go 40. That looks better. Let's see, what are they flying at? They are planned out at 27,000 feet. 270. There we go. All right, and I'm trying to follow their track. They went west off Vermont, so let's go. Let's see what's this going. It looks like it's going up through Albany there. Yeah, it's going up through Albany. They're going up through Albany, so that's where we're gonna go. They just took off recently. Let's see what runways they're using here. We'll say we're going to depart off Delta 1. And let's see, who is taking off a what on LaGuardia? Looks like a 3-1 departure. Where are they going to? Charlotte. Yeah, 3-1 departures. Okay, so 3-1, 3-1. Catter 2-4 right, and we'll plan on ILS 2-4 right. Let's say. All right, let's put that in. How's it going there, Sergeant? Good to see you. The update for Stormworks came out. That looks good. Dually wheels, very nice. So 3-1, we got the Legabich 7, Lega 7. And we're doing the Carter. Kata 5 into 2-4 right. And then the ILS 2-4 right. All right, good. That looks good. Let's go ahead and start her up. I gotta get the video fixed for YouTube. Turn down the volume of the music just a hair here. All right, there we go. Alright, let's see if we can't get a reasonable picture here. Do that. Print screen from that. Alright, good. Alright, good. Right. Let's go ahead and cold dark. Get our initialization checks going here in a second. Alright, aircraft, cold and dark. Yep, they added dualies today. So. Alright, so let's get our checks done. Nose wheel steering's off. Hydraulics are off. Gear handles down. Spoilers are 0. Flaps are 0. Reverses are 0. Radars are off. ADG handle stowed, and we have the emergency flap switch is off. Power's on. Go to DC 22 volts. Back to status page. APU and byte SOV valve open. APU door is now open. Spin on the APU. I'm going to go to options. We'll do a realistic IRS spin time. Yes. I've been trying to find, there's a project I'm thinking of to kind of get me back to Stormworks a little bit. I'm just kind of like, there's nothing I'm really like must build right now. Forcing yourself to play anything is not a good idea, I don't think. So it's like I like to wait until I really like get excited about building something. And it's kind of enjoying doing some flying here. So, all right, let's see what else we need to do here. Hydraulic 3A can come on. Let's go ahead and check electric, AC, DC. Hydraulic is all good. Let's go to there. All right, IRS. Alright, position in it. We are LaGuardia. Grab GPS 1. Alright, that's good. Alright, I'm going to be going LaGuardia to CYUL Montreal. Right, we are EDV 5147. Alright, that's good. Perf in it. Let's get performance in here. Go full boat on that. Let's go set payload 7890. And 270. Alright, we're going to be doing the LaGuardia 7, which I don't think is actually in here. It's pretty much, it's just a heading, so not a big deal. So runway 31, that's fine. We're going to be doing the Kata 5 into ILS 24 right, vectors, that's good. I got to see if we're doing P-Berg. Check P-Berg here. P-Berg. Alright, that's good, and then pretty much we don't have much between us here. So let's go back to legs. Runway 31, then Farley. After Farley, Gandhi. And Pont CT. I think we're P-Berg after that. Yep, P-Berg. All right. All right, good flight plans in. All right, we're good there. And then runway heading, so whatever it is off of that, I'll give it a look in a second here. All right, good. What else do we need to do here? Pretty much, we're moving right along here. I gotta wait for IRS to align anyway. Let's go ahead and set all our V speeds. Our V speeds are in. Let's go through origination checklist. Let's go through some of these checks. So we'll go ahead. I gotta wait anyway, so we'll go mask. Yeah, that's good. Stall. Pusher shaker. Fire test. Okay. That's all good there. All right, content with that. All right, let's go ahead and grab ATIS.
LaGuardia Airport information, Kilo 1700 Zulu. Wind tree 1 tree at Niner. Visibility 10. Sky condition, ceiling 6,200 feet broken. Temperature 19. Dew point 10. Altimeter 29.88. ILS runway 22 in use.
2988.
Landing and departing runway tree 1. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise.
Clearance delivery Endeavour 5147 ready to copy IFR clearance to Dorval.
Endeavour 5147 is cleared to Dorval Airport as filed. Takeoff runway tree 1 climb and maintain 12,000 feet. Departure frequency is 127.05 squawk 242 tree.
Endeavour 5147 cleared to Dorval Airport as filed. Takeoff runway tree 1 climb and maintain 12,000 feet. Departure on 127.05 squawk 242 tree.
Endeavour 5147 readback correct. Contact ground on 121.7. Good day.
All right, so let's do a quick takeoff brief. We'll be taking off runway 31. We have 7,002 feet of runway available. If we have any issues before 80 knots, we'll stop on the runway. After 80 knots, only for critical events. After V1, we're going to go ahead and we'll take care of it in the air. We'll plan on right traffic back for 3-1 with vectors. Takeoff briefing is complete. All right, let's go ahead.
Southwest tree 9er heavy request taxi to the gate.
Southwest doesn't have any heavies. All right, let's go ahead and start cool. We gotta wait for the IRS to align first before we can move. Someone's waiting on that. Yeah, I was waiting on that. All right. I'll start working some of this road plan here. We've got to wait for the IRS to align and then we're good to go.
Southwest tree 215 heavy hold position, caution other traffic. Hold position Southwest tree 215 heavy.
Waiting for the IRS to align here. I'm trying to get rid of this waypoint here. I don't know how to do it. All right, IRS is the line. All right, good. All right, let's close them up. Doors page.
Captain, the cabin is secure.
Doors page again, rather. Doors page is good.
On behalf of the captain and crew, welcome aboard this flight.
We're talking 6.9.
Before takeoff, we would like
Ground
to encourage
Endeavour
all passengers
5147
to
requesting
the,
pushback.
display the safety features of the aircraft.
Endeavour 5147 pushback request accepted.
Right, before start, passenger signs on, land elevation set, altimeters 2988 and within 75 feet of field elevation. FMS check set, IRS is aligned. Radios and nav aids set, takeoff briefing is complete. All right. I'm going to spin one.
Southwest
Flaps
tree
going
215 heavy, continue taxi. Roger, Southwest tree 215 heavy.
Just 20%. See what our how's the runway heading on this? Gotta be 310.
Ground Endeavour 5147 requesting the end of pushback.
Endeavour 5147 request to end pushback received.
Alright, 1 is up.
Ladies and gentlemen, please
We're taking off
pay
3-1,
attention
so we're gonna spin
to the
2.
safety features and procedures of the aircraft in case of an emergency. During an emergency, please remain in your seats with your seatbelts fastened and your seats in the upright position. In case of a drop in cabin pressure, breathing masks will drop from the ceiling and should be placed over your head. If there is smoke in the cabin during the evacuation of the aircraft, the walkway emergency lights will display to the exits, which are located here and here. In case of an extreme emergency landing, you will be instructed to get into the brace position, which is executed by placing your head between your knees with your hands over your head. We would also like to remind you that
Hello
you
there,
can
Taffy, how are ya?
electronic devices. We thank you for paying attention during this brief presentation.
Oh, interesting, yeah. Yeah, I've never really liked the suspension, especially, like, I could see it for, like, regular trucks, but when you're putting a load on them, they're pretty heavy, so you really kind of
Brickyard 5754 heavy,
a little
taxi
heavy
to
for
gate
that.
6 using taxiway Delta Foxtrot cross runway 4 Golf Bravo Zulu.
Alright, let's go ahead and check AC. AC. DC. Hydraulics are coming all auto.
Taxiing to gate 9 using taxiway
hydraulics
Delta
are all
Foxtrot
set.
cross runway
Alright,
4 Golf
APU
Bravo
can
Zulu,
come
Brickyard
down.
5754 heavy.
Alright, APU's coming down.
Ground Endeavour 5147 with
Alright,
kilo
after start,
ready to
generators
taxi
are auto,
IFR.
electrics check, bleed valves are auto, packs are on, APU is off, anti-ice is off, nozzle steering's on.
Tree 1 using taxiway Zulu. Contact tower on 118.7
Flight control
when
check.
ready.
Alright, flight controls are free and correct.
Taxiing hold short runway tree 1 via taxiway Zulu
Alright, so that's
Endeavour
lap set to
5147.
8. Flight control is free and correct. Trim is set 6.9 in the green. Thrust reversers are armed. Flight instruments check. Brake temperatures check. Taxi checklist complete. We're cleared to taxi here. Alright. Go ahead. Brake off. We'll do a brake check. Parking brakes off. We'll do a brake check. Alright, brake check. Brakes are good. Alright, clear right. Why is there a Cessna 172 here?
Endeavour 5147 hold position caution other traffic.
Yeah, there's nobody here, guy. I'm looking.
Hold position Endeavour 5147.
That's Cessna across the gate. That's silly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has advised that we are now clear for takeoff.
Alright, so engine's been up for a minute, so we're good to go. Why am I not getting my... Okay,
Roger,
he gave me a
Endeavour
continued taxi, that's why.
5147. Tower Endeavour 5147 ready for departure runway, tree 1 IFR to Dorval.
Endeavour 5147 altimeter 29.88 wind tree 1 tree at 9er. Cleared for takeoff runway tree 1.
Cleared
Alright,
for
light
takeoff runway,
strobes
tree 1
are
Endeavour
on. Fuel cross
5147.
flow is manual. Flight attendants advised. Transponder is... shit. Transponder is on. CAS is checked. And radar is going to be off before takeoff check is complete. Thrust set. Airspeed's alive. 80 knots. V1, rotate. 2-2 is clear. Positive rate, gear up. Select speed and heading. Speed 200. I'm gonna hand fly for a little bit.
5147 contact New York departure on 127.05. Good day. Delta 247 Niner Heavy turn next taxiway. Delta 247 Niner Heavy contact ground on 127.675.
Going to 127.05 Endeavor 5147.
Oh, autopilot's coming up. Okay.
Going to 127.675 Delta 247 Niner.
New York departure Endeavor 5147 is passing 1,900 feet, climbing 12,000 feet.
Endeavor 5147 New York, departure altimeter 29.88 radar contact continue.
Alright, cross feed, yeah. Alright, fuel cross feed is to auto bleeds and a pure set. Thrust reversers are off, CAS is checked, climb check is complete.
Endeavor 5147, climb and maintain flight level 180.
180.
Climb and maintain flight level 180 Endeavor 5147.
Yeah, look at Manhattan as we go by. There it is. There it is. And Newark. There. Is that Newark right there? I'm looking at Newark, right? Yeah, Newark's right there. At traffic 12 low.
Endeavor 5147, contact New York Center on 121.125.
1.1 51 for something.
121.125 Endeavor 5147. Goodbye. New York Center Endeavor 5147 is at 9,000 feet, climbing flight level 180.
Endeavor 5147 New York Center altimeter 29.88 radar contact. Continue to follow.
Right too far all there.
Endeavor 5147 contact New York Center on 133.15. Good day.
One 133.15 Endeavor 5147. Goodbye. New York Center Endeavor 5147 is at 11,300 feet, climbing flight level 180.
Endeavor 5147 New York Center altimeter 29.88 radar contact. Continue to follow. Endeavor 5147 contact New York Center on 121.125.
We just crossed the line,
Good
crossed
day.
back in. They gave us a late turn.
Going to 121.125 Endeavor 5147.
I probably should have read LaGuardia 7, but it's not on here, so I didn't bother.
New York Center Endeavor 5147 is at 12,700 feet, climbing flight level 180.
Endeavor 5147 New York Center altimeter 29.88 radar contact. Continue to follow.
Carl.
providing sandwiches.
Endeavor 5147, climb and maintain flight level 230.
230.
Climb and maintain flight level 230 Endeavor 5147.
American 2829er Heavy, contact Boston Center on 132 decimal tree. Good day.
230.
Endeavor 5147, contact Boston Center on 134 decimal tree. Good day.
134 decimal tree Endeavor 5147. Goodbye.
Going to 1 tree.
Boston Center Endeavor 5147 is at flight level 180, climbing flight level 230.
Endeavor 5147, Boston Center radar contact, continue to follow.
Alright, standard altimeters.
Boston Center Endeavor 49er 08 Heavy, 3,000 feet.
No heavies.
Endeavor 49er 08 Heavy, Boston Center altimeter 29er decimal 88 radar contact, continue. Endeavor 5147, climb and maintain flight level 270.
That's gonna be the final. 270.
Climb and maintain flight level 270 Endeavor 5147.
270.
Boston Center American 2829er Heavy is passing flight level 195, climbing flight level 250. American 2829er Heavy, Boston Center radar contact, continue. Boston Center American 725 Heavy is passing flight level 360, descending flight level 340. American 725 Heavy, Boston Center radar contact, continue to Lima India Bravo. Endeavor 49er 08 Heavy, contact New York approach on 132 decimal 7. Good day.
Got a strong headwind here. So we get some strong winds coming around. Look at that, 101 knot headwind. See how much of a correction angle is on there? If I put the heading bug out straight, if I can do it. See how far off the heading bug is? That's a 355. Course is over here at a 01,
Good day.
012 maybe. You see the 102 knot crosswind, pretty much direct crosswind. So that's how much angle I need into the wind to stay on course. Phone likes to freeze. That's 260 for 270. Need a new phone at some point. Phone gets old. I usually save my phones for quite a while, and eventually I need one when they're go TU.
American 2829er Heavy, contact New York Center on 121 decimal 125. Good day. Endeavor 5163 Heavy, contact New York Center on 132 decimal 6. Good day. Going to 121 decimal 125 American 2829er Heavy. 132 decimal 6 Endeavor 5163 Heavy. Goodbye. Boston Center Critter Tree 2 Heavy is passing 4,200 feet, climbing 10,000 feet. Critter Tree 2 Heavy Boston Center altimeter 29.87 radar contact, continue to Crowley. United Niner 65 Heavy contact New York Center on 132.
Hello, Rasmus. Catch up with chat now that we're, I gotta be careful when we're not up high. We're only at 270, so I need to, can't really look at chat too much until I level out, or I cruise, because I have to make sure we don't overspeed. I don't want to hear oversteep, oversteep. It doesn't go oversteep in this plane, it goes deep, 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 deep. And the 145 would go oversteep, oversteep, oversteep. Be overspeed, but it sounded like oversteep. There we go. Alright, let's catch up with the chat. I believe you can only do 2 tires on the one wheel. Don't just for dualies. Yes. Flight sim is 1-to-1. Yep. 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 That was what the update was today. Hello, Variante. How are you? Good to see you. Add a little bit of thrust here. I'm trying to just keep it right around max. And see where the real flight is. The real flight is pretty much in Montreal right now. They're getting ready to land, or they did land. They got 14 minutes remaining. And they're about 30 minutes early. So the weather is kind of, it's not hairy in Montreal, but the weather's being goofy just because, like, here, I'll show you the weather. We have that bad hurricane down south, so, you know, that's going to push the pressures all over the place. Here's that hurricane hitting Florida at the moment as Milton. And then you're getting some bands off of that, or likely they came up from here and then they rotated out. That's probably where they came up. There was a system in here, and I think the system probably turned north because Milton is going this way, so Milton probably pushed the system out and then kind of spun it apart. And if you look here, you can kind of see a circled trend going on right here. And then we've got a little bit of this and that in there. It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. But you can kind of see, and this is where the real flight is right here. They're just coming into land now. A little bit of slop in there,
Endeavour 5514 is at 15,000
but
feet,
not much.
descending 12,000 feet. Endeavour 5514 Boston Center altimeter 29.86 radar contact, continue to Alpha Lima Bravo.
Little bit of slop. Alright, let the passengers walk. I'm going to quickly check the METAR down there, up in Montreal.
Boston Center American 22907 Heavy is at flight level 305, climbing flight level 360. American 22907
It's windy up
Heavy,
there.
Boston Center radar
Really
contact
clear though.
continued.
It's winds 280 at 14, gusting to 20. We have 30 statute miles visibility. That's huge. Scattered at 4,300, overcast at 20,000. So we pretty much we have no ceiling except for 20,000 feet. Temperature is 12, dew point 01, altimeter is 2984. We have scattered cumulus cirrus, I believe. Scatter 3,000, I believe. Cumulus cirrus, I'm not sure. I can't remember. I can't remember that section there. All right, good. Quite a wind correction angle for a 100.
Boston Center, Brickyard
We're down to
Tree
84
563,
knots.
heavy
We're down to
16,000
84
feet.
knots of wind right now.
Brickyard Tree
Still pretty heavy,
563,
but
heavy Boston Center altimeter
84 knots.
29.87 radar contact. Continue to Telco.
there's a different system in here. There's a different type of traffic scope in here. Like here, if I go, this is the traffic scope we have in there. But this is the highest level of traffic scope. We get TAs, which are traffic advisories, and RA, which are resolution advisories. So we have, like if this plane here and I got too close, it would send us messages. One of us would climb and go to the right. One of us would descend and go to the left. So it's kind of a system that tells you what to do automatically to avoid traffic. So that tends to be the most advanced type of traffic scope, as you can imagine, in airliners. All right, let's get a brief going here. We've got it's not that long of a flight. All right, let's see. First, we'll do the Carter. We're coming up on Carter now. So we're coming up to Peaburg is our initial. And then we want to be above 11,000 at LATS. EBDOT, we want to be below 11,000. Let's see, we're going to be landing on 24 right, so we want to be below 9,000 at Dunlop, and we want to be maximum of 220 knots. Let's see, so if we're going in 2-4s, it looks like we go to Matep. Then we go to Sildo. We want to be max 210 knots and below 4,000 at Sildo. We'll then come out to Kurdu, max 210, and we want to be between 4,000 and 3,000. Then to Omval, and then we're going to be landing on 24 right, so we can expect vectors at this point to come back before this is the runway 24 right here. So that's going to be the arrival there, and then we have the ILS 24 is going to be 111.9, final approach course is 237. We'll intercept the glide slope at Volax at 1,520 feet. Airport elevation is 118 feet. Touchdown zone elevation is 106. We have 3,300.
147 contact Boston Center on 132.65.
132.656.
Good day.
Going to 132.65 Endeavour 5147.
Yeah, we'll see you later there, Rasmus. Thanks for hanging out.
Boston Center Endeavour 5147 flight level 270.
Endeavour 5147, Boston Center radar contact. Continue to PONCT.
All right, upper quadrant here, we have 3,300.
Endeavour 5147, contact Boston Center on 121.35.
Every time I try to do a brief,
Good day.
they want to get chatty with me.
121.35 Endeavour 5147. Goodbye. Boston Center Endeavour 5147 flight level 270.
United 169er heavy
All right,
contact Boston
MSA
Center
on the right side is
134.3.
3,000. We're going to go in at 3,000 on Lana.
Endeavour 5147 Boston Center radar contact. Continue to PONCT.
At Omeki, we can descend down
134.3 United 169er heavy.
to, what is it, 1,520 feet. And then we should get glide slope intercept at Volax. Let's see, we're coming in straight in, so we can come into 300 and which category are we at? That's good. I'm just looking at the categories here. As long as the high owls, the high intensity lights here, that's what high owls are. As long as they are in service, which they are and should be, we can go down to 306 feet for our decision height. If we lose, it's just ILS. It says localizer out with... Okay, if the localizer is out, we have DME, I guess we can run this as a... if the glide slope is out and we have DME, we can run it as a localizer only, even though it doesn't say it up top. We'll come down to 520 for an MDA instead. So that will be the plan. The briefing is complete now. Constantly, every time I try to do a brief, they want to talk. Let's see. What would be the longest flight flying out of LaGuardia? Probably XNA, which is northwest Arkansas. Here, I can show you the map. Yeah, XNA is a pretty long flight. That's probably it. So, like, here's LaGuardia right there. XNA is, let's see. Maybe it's St. Louis. Just trying to see where it is. Where is XNA? Right, that's XNA right there. So that's LaGuardia XNA. Could be St. Louis, actually. Nope, St. Louis is closer. And definitely Milwaukee's closer. Milwaukee's right up here, so. And Milwaukee's right there. Yeah, I would say XNA. Yeah, it's probably one of the furthest out of LaGuardia. Probably XNA. I used to fly to XNA when I was at the other airline, and we would. It was a weird route. So this was our route, right? So I lived in Florida, and I would drive an hour to the airport. I would get on a plane. I would fly up to Chicago, right? Fly up to Chicago to go to work. And then we would get in the back of Deadhead, and we would fly to Bradley. So they'd fly us to Bradley. And then we would go to the hotel. That's all I did that day. And then we would go from Bradley down to Raleigh. And then we'd fly from Raleigh down to Miami. And then we would sit in Miami for 3 hours. And then after we sat in Miami for 3 hours, we'd go to XNA. And so we would, because it was late, it was a reasonably late at night flight, and there's nothing.
5147 traffic is 1 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 240 Cessna Skyhawk.
No Cessna Skyhawks up there, guy. We're at 270, guy.
Endeavor 5147
CJ, maybe?
traffic, not in sight.
So then we would fly from XNA, and because it was late at night and there's not much out here, we would leave Miami, and as soon as we got to Tampa, they would give us a direct leg to go to XNA. We'd go direct from Tampa all the way to XNA. It was a 1,000-mile direct leg. So it was like a 4.5-hour flight from Miami to XNA. And we would just like sit on this one leg. It was so boring because like the plane didn't even turn. It just was straight the whole way, all the way out to XNA. Yeah, I don't think there's anything further than that. Like they have bases. One is in CVG, one is in Atlanta. So Atlanta is, let me see if I can spot Atlanta off the top of my hard when I zoom in that much. Try to find it without looking too hard here. Hell is it? It's got to be around here. Let me check it real quick. Atlanta, Hotlanta. Yeah, right there. So Atlanta is a base, so they'll run probably some further west stuff out of Atlanta, and then they have CBG, Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky, right there. MSP. Detroit, Wayne. Yeah, so those are the bases. These are all the transcontinental routes here. Let's go across. Get in on the transcontinental feeder routes. Yeah, but I'd say XNA is probably one of the longer ones. Let me see if they have an XNA up right now and kind of look to how long it is. Why is my computer run so slow lately? Maybe we'll go, you know what we could do? We could run to Detroit. Let's do that. next, actually. Might do a Detroit. I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, so, let's see. So St. Louis is, let's see what St. Louis is. I'll just look it up instead of guessing. I don't see any XNAs going on right now. Oh, there's an XNA. XNA to LaGuardia right here. Alright, I got them all up. Look at them. So here's an XNA, 2-hour, 49-minute flight from XNA to LaGuardia. This one here is St. Louis, that's 2:34. So yeah, a little bit further from St. Louis. That's an hour 45 Montreal. Ooh, I'm not going to go that. We're not going to go for a 2-hour flight after this. I was going to say we could do Detroit, but I don't want to do Detroit. It's going to be that long. We'll just go back to look. They actually had a JFK. We might do the JFK. Let's see. Oh, they have Valdosta. Let's see. Try to find our next flight. We might just go back, but there was also a JFK to kind of break it up a little bit. So here's 2 Montreals, one's Detroit, one's to JFK. We might go to JFK, I don't know. Let's look. Just break it up a little bit from going to LaGuardia all the time.
Endeavor 5147, contact Boston Center on 135.7.
357.
Good day.
135.7 Endeavor 5147. Goodbye.
Yeah, based off an actual call sign. Their actual flight. It's a flight that
Boston
just landed.
Center Endeavor 5147, flight level 270.
Yeah, these are all, it's all live traffic.
Boston Center radar contact continue.
Am I in the maintenance page? What's that ski area? We got a ski area here. Trying to see. Come on. Populate, you sucker. Yeah, it's not going to tell me there. Yeah, I don't know what that ski area is.
Commuter 4237 Heavy, you're 28 miles south.
Getting close to top of descent now.
Feet, expect ILS runway tree approach
But I
via
hit
Bravo
more
Tango
shit with
Victor
my hand
transition.
as I try to move
Clear
around
to
here.
Bravo Tango Victor. Commuter 4237 Heavy, you're 27 miles south.
No work on the,
Climb and maintain 7,000 feet, expect ILS runway tree
we'll,
approach
yeah,
via
we'll switch it
Bravo
up. We'll go to
Tango Victor
JFK.
transition. Clear to Bravo Tango Victor. Cessna 8 Sierra Romeo, you are 28 miles south. Climb and maintain 7,000 feet, expect ILS runway tree approach via Janet transition. Clear to Janet.
Oh, come on, you son of a bitch. Do that.
Commuter 4237 heavy traffic is 2 o'clock. Climb and maintain 7,000 feet, expect ILS runway tree approach via Janet transition. Clear to Janet Cessna 8 Sierra Romeo.
We'll go to JFK next.
Commuter 4237 heavy, you are 26 miles south. Climb and maintain 7,000 feet.
Yes, you
expect
can create
ILS
your own
runway
call
tree
sign.
approach via Janet transition.
You
Clear
want
to
to?
Janet. Cessna 8 Sierra Romeo traffic is 10 o'clock 1 miles at 6,200 feet Airbus A20N. Report them in sight. Cessna 8 Sierra Romeo traffic alert. 10 o'clock less than 1 mile 6,100 feet Airbus A20N.
Look on this thumbnail here.
Report them in sight. Climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Expect ILS runway tree approach via Janet transition. Clear to Janet Commuter 4237 Heavy. Commuter 4237 Heavy traffic is 7 o'clock 1 miles at 3,800 feet Cessna Skyhawk. Report them in sight. Cessna 8 Sierra Romeo have the Airbus A20 in sight. Commuter 4237 heavy traffic in sight. Commuter 4237 heavy contact Boston Center on 120.35. Good day.
That's thumbnail done.
Cessna 8 Sierra Romeo contact Boston Center on 120.35.
That's good.
Good day.
Glad you're enjoying it. This is KLGA to CYUL to
120.35 Cessna 8 Sierra Romeo. Goodbye.
I'll fix the
Endeavor
screens.
5147 contact Boston Center on 120.35.
035C.
Good day.
We're coming up on top of the sun as well.
120.35 Endeavor 5147. Goodbye.
Alright.
Boston
Go
Center,
up about
Endeavor
100 feet.
5147, flight level
4,
270.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's good
Endeavor
for
5147
landing
Boston
altitude.
Center radar contact. Continue to Berg.
20 feet per click. Clicked it out for the new altitude for the landing. Alright, what was I doing next? Changing up the streams. Okay, good. But initially I had us going back to LaGuardia. I'm going to change the titles so that it has it where it should be. Not that it matters too much, but I'd like to keep some accuracy here. Okay, that's good. Good. Thumbnail done. Looks like people are content with this week's update. I think it's a good update for Stormworks to have dualies. This cat's gonna freeze me out of house and home. I bought this this thing today. He likes to go out on the porch, and it's getting too cold for this. And so I was gonna make him a cat door and a piece of foam insulation. But instead, what I'm going to do is they pre-make them, and it's aluminum with like a piece of either. Now he's at the door, glass or plastic. He wants to be able to come in at his own desires. He doesn't like to be closed out, so it's going to be. He gets pissy when I shut the door and get on him. And so this way he'll have a cat door, and he can go in and out and not freeze me to death because just had to turn the heat on the last couple days, so starting to get cold. I was gonna make it myself, but I'm like, it's gonna look janky, and I'm gonna have to like be a pain in the ass to even move it. You just heard a bird now. It wants to go out again. It's like, nah, dude, sit still for 2 minutes. So his cat door should be here Thursday or tomorrow. No, I think it's the 12th. I think it'll be here in 3 days. Then he can come in and out as he pleases. Dude. He's like, yeah, he wants, buddy. I don't know if you guys can hear him screaming. He's screaming. He was looking at me to come in. I could just like barely reach the door from where I'm sitting. Go out. Go out or do something. He just wants constant access because if somebody starts up a leaf blower, he wants to run in. So. That way, when I get the cat door, he can do whatever the hell he wants. Yeah, it's not terribly cold here. Let's see what Boston is. Not that
Endeavor
I'm
5147 descend and maintain 13,000 feet.
13,000. Not that I'm in Boston, but
Descend Descend and maintain 13,000 feet. Endeavour 5147.
$13,000. All right. Seatbelt signs going on. Flight attendant call. All right, landing elevation set, fuel is checked, TCAS is on, radar is off, CAS is checked. Landing data, let's go ahead and set that. Landing data is set, approach briefing is complete, descent check is complete. All right.
Cessna 8 Sierra Romeo climb and maintain.
Let's see what
4,000
this
feet
has
at
us
speed.
here. So it wants us to be above 11,000. So we're going to be definitely above 11,000. I got us on a pretty good descent. We're going at 3,000 feet per minute. So like if we zoom out here, we can see where we're going to hit 3,000. Or, 13,000 right there. So it wants us above 9,000 here and above 11,000 there. So right here we'll be coming down to 13, so that'll be perfect. That should line us up pretty nicely. So I don't need any excessive descent rate at that point. Thing to remember is it is going to be so much harder to descend. It'll be so much harder to descend once we have to go below 10 because we have to slow down as well. So you got to keep that in mind. I'm actually we'll accelerate just a little bit on the descent to 3,500. Yeah, let's see what, check a couple New England airports and see what the temps are looking like. Could you zoom properly, you scoundrel? All right, Boston is 17 Celsius. See what Concord is 16. Manchester 16. What's that? Portland? Yeah, Portland is 16. So about 16 C.
Endeavour 5147, contact Montreal Center on 132.85.
They do speak French. Hello, Alistair. They do speak French on the ATC in Montreal, but everybody has to be able to speak English. So if you want to speak French, you could, but they have to be able to speak English. So you'll hear some French on the radio and some Anglais.
Montreal Center, Endeavour 5147 is at flight level 180, descending 13,000 feet.
Endeavour 5147, Montreal Center, altimeter 29.85 radar contact.
85.
Continue to FDOT.
That's what I was waiting for, 85. Alright. Altimeters are in. Now I'm going to bring up the arrival on the side so I can see it as we come in. All right, we're on EBDOT. We're supposed to be below 11 at EBDOT, so he's screwing us here. We're supposed to be below EBDOT, but he gave us an altitude, so. And I can't, I'm not going to bother screaming down when we have another, when we have only 1,000 feet to lose here. The problem is the game will wants you to level off before they give you the next altitude. He should have given me 11,000 already, instead of whatever he gave me. Hello, Alistair. How are you? Flight's going well. Yeah, we're going to Montreal. Yep, update's good. Glad they did that. Phil found they've got motorcycle parts incoming, so if you notice I'm letting it slow down, normally as I level off, I would put the power up. We need to be going down around 9,000 at Dunlap. So I'm getting ready to slow down.
Report them in sight.
You know what's more important than that traffic? My altitude, guy. Fix my altitude. ILS is already tuned in.
Endeavour 5147 traffic, not in sight.
Check it on the radio. 111.9. 111.9. That's good. All right, give me my altitude, you dickhead. And, like, I'm supposed to be below 9, man. It's supposed to be less than 9,000 feet in a minute. Give me the descent. 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 I'm on time. You're late, ATC. I hate it when they do this. Come on, give me the right altitudes, guy. Oh, like, it's literally coded in. You can see it. Yeah, they have some good updates coming. You know, I think, you know, the whinies are still out in force, but it's like, you know, it's funny. Like, some of these people, they don't know what this game is about. Game's about building and storm arcs. You know, and the more parts you have, the more cool things you can build. And so some of us have been using tricks and things to try to get around not having those parts. And then when they can add them, it's awesome. Because now, hey, you have more parts. You want to use the new parts? Great. You don't have to. You know, you get the whinies going on something. They're still going today on stupid bullshit like fix the game. It's like, frankly, as far as I'm concerned, they should just ban those people off the Steam comments for spam, because that's spam at this point. If the entirety of your contribution is fix your game every week, then it's like somebody just going in your coffee shop and saying your coffee sucks in the lobby. Eventually, you're gonna tell them, don't come back here, man. Go away. We don't need you. Go away. Because you end up scaring off more customers just because you got this jerk in there yelling your coffee sucks. You know, just like it's better to get rid of them. Just tell them, hey, see you later. You're not welcome here. Yeah, what's that? Ice. Okay, we're getting ice. So see, we just got an ice light. Canada. What do you expect, Canada? And we only get ice in moisture, so we're in a cloud. We just got an ice light. All right, turn on the ice.
Endeavor 5147, descend and maintain 3,000 feet.
3,000. They're just gonna give me a late.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Endeavor 5147.
All right, there's 3,000. All right, so what I want to do is go to my bleeds page, if I can find it in a reasonable amount of time. There's my bleeds page. Anti-ice right there. So if you notice, we're sending hot bleed air to the wings and to the engine intakes right there. So I'm also going to be watching my temp here. So we're -5C. All right. So until we get above that, we're going to leave that on. Yaw damper 1 and up. Let's turn yaw damper 1 on. There we go. All right, so wing and cowl anti-ice is on. Seatbelts, no smoking. We're all good there. What's up with my descent rate? I didn't give it much descent rate.
Montreal Center Rouge 1521 Heavy is at 8,800 feet, climbing 9,700 feet. Endeavor 5147, contact approach on 118.9er. Good day.
I'm a little high because he kept me high for too long and then he tried to slam dunk me on.
29.82 radar contact. Continue to Mayor.
Oh, come on, man. Don't step on me, you scumbag.
Climb and maintain 9,700 feet. Expect vectors ILS runway 24.
We're parallel in the ILS the opposite direction, as briefed earlier.
118.9er, Endeavor 5147. Goodbye.
Airbus 0 Victor Romeo, contact Montreal Center on 132.85. Good day.
Approach Endeavor 5147 is at 9,700 feet, descending 3,000 feet.
Endeavor 5147, approach altimeter 29.82 radar contact. Continue to Purdue.
Purdue. All right, if you look, TAT just went positive, so we're going to go ahead. I'm going to shut off my bleeds. And we'll see if we get an ice message again.
Endeavour 5147, you are 13 miles east. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 24 right approach via Lana transition. Cleared to Lana.
Lana.
Endeavour 5147, descend and maintain 2,500 feet.
Direct Lana.
Descend and maintain 2,500 feet. Expect
2005.
ILS runway 24 right approach via Lana transition. Cleared to Lana Endeavour 5147.
All right. Lana, we're going to be there in 2 minutes. We're currently not going to make altitude if I don't spoil her up. So we're going to spoil up, and I'm going to get this descent rate down here. Again, he gave me a real late descent. Why is this sped to there?
Approach Airbus
Set it to
November
250.
480 Victor Romeo
Or oversped
within
because this...
1,600
Oh, it was in
feet,
Mach is
descending
why.
3,000 feet.
I didn't
Airbus
switch over
November
from Mach.
480 Victor Romeo, approach altimeter 29.82 radar contact. Continue
Let's
to
go
level.
direct Lana again.
Airbus 0 Victor Romeo, you are 14 miles east. Maintain present
Alright, we're
heading
alright
and
on
altitude.
descent right
Expect
now.
ILS
I've got
runway
us
24
descending
right
pretty
approach
good
via
now.
Lana transition. Cleared to Lana.
Again, he's got us high and fast, so keep that in mind here. All right, 2005
Maintain present
for
heading and
Omiki,
altitude. Expect ILS runway 24
and then once we
right approach
cross
via Lana
Omiki,
transition.
we
Cleared
can
to
go
Lana,
down
Airbus 0
to
Victor Romeo.
1,500. All right, we're on our way to Lana now. All right, here comes 3,000. All right, I'm gonna start pouring some speed off here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to land.
Come on,
Please
give
remain
me.
seated until we have
It's
stopped.
lagging out a little bit here.
Airbus 0 Victor Romeo.
All right, it's
descend
making
and
its
maintain
turn.
2,500
I'm letting the speed
feet.
pour off. I need 220 for gear rather, and flaps. I can start flapping in at 220. All right, there's 220 gear. Gear.
Descend and maintain
Flaps,
2,500
flaps.
feet. Airbus 0 Victor Romeo.
Here come the spoilers. So these are all the tools you need to get, going here with, fast jet. So don't do it. Don't do it, you fucker. It's gonna rock and roll back and forth like a jackass instead of just going on course. So I'm gonna take it back off here. I'm gonna arm the approach. Start flapping in. Powering. I got the runway in sight, so I'm gonna run it like a visual. And then I'm gonna put us back on autopilot here in a second. Autopilot's back on. It was trying to over control us, so that's our runway right there. I'm trying to see it's over controlling us again. This is nuts. It's how much it's over controlling us.
Endeavour 5147 traffic is 9 o'clock 1 miles at 6,200 feet. Airbus A20N. Report them in sight.
We're slow here. I gotta get
Airbus 0
speed
Victor
sped up.
Romeo, you are 10 miles northeast of Dorval. Contact tower on 120.42 when inbound on the approach.
There's Montreal off the left.
Endeavour 5147, you are 10 miles northeast of
Big
Dorval.
approach.
Contact tower on 120.42
No, we're not big
when
approach
inbound on the approach.
Tower on 120.42 Endeavour 5147. Tower Endeavour 5147 10 miles northeast inbound ILS runway 24 right approach.
Endeavour 5147 tower. Altimeter 29.82 and 284 at 1
Black
tree.
shit. We gotta
Clear
descend
ILS
down.
runway 24 right approach. Tenair 202 heavy, follow the Airbus A20N on final. Wind 29
We're
or
still a
4
little
at
high
14.
here. Gotta get us
Clear to
down.
land runway 24 right. Endeavour 5147 number 2 for landing.
That's
Follow
clearance.
the
That's
Cessna
a landing
Skyhawk on
clearance.
final. Wind 29 or 4 at 14. Clear to land runway 24 right.
It's this guy up
Tower
there.
Airbus
Look
November
at this guy right
480
there.
Victor Romeo 7 miles northeast inbound.
Like,
ILS
I'm going as
runway
slow as
24
I should be
right approach.
going, so...
Airbus November 480 Victor
Fuck.
Romeo Tower. Altimeter 29.84 wind 29 or 4 at 14. Cleared ILS runway 24 right approach. Airbus 0
Give
Victor
me
Romeo
a
number 2
break
for
in your
landing.
communication so I can
Follow
call.
the Cessna Skyhawk on final. Wind 29 or 4 at 14. Clear to land runway 24 right. Cleared to land runway 24 right number 2, Endeavor 5147.
Cleared ILS runway.
That's
24
funny. You
right,
hear that
approach
call?
Endeavour
That's the actual
5147.
airplane that we're going after. It's 5147.
Cleared to land runway 24 right number 2, Airbus 0 Victor Romeo.
Slow down just a hair.
Departure Jazz 8849er Heavy is
Let's run the
passing 900
checklist
feet,
here.
climbing 7,000 feet.
Flight attendants advised passenger signs
Endeavor
are on.
5147,
Thrust
number
reversers.
3 for landing. Follow the Airbus A20
Armed. Landing
on
gears down.
final.
Slats flaps at
Wind
45.
29er 4 at 14.
That's our
Clear
landing
to land
clearance.
runway 24 right. Jazz 8849er Heavy departure to near 202
I
Heavy.
really hope they
exit
fix the
runway
ATC. ATC should give us a break to answer every time.
Cleared to land
They
runway
don't
24
spit
right,
off
number 3,
900
Endeavour
clearances and then try to have
5147.
everybody just guess when it's their turn to respond. You say Endeavor 5147 clear to land runway 24 right, and then you would read back clear to land 24 right, Endeavor 5147. Then the next person gets their call. They don't keep just spitting them out because, as you can imagine, that's chaos. All right, autopilot's off. I'll hand fly it in. My preference to hand fly it in as far as possible because you get a feel for the airplane and the wind. We're gusting to 20 knots, so we got quite a bit of gust going on. 290 is where it was, so a little bit of a right crosswind, and we got a gust to 20. So I want to feel the airplane out. Some people will take that autopilot off last second. It's annoying because you don't get to feel what the airplane feels like. I got to pull a little power here. We're high, just a hair. All right. Catching back up the glide. So I'm trying not to do a think rate. Trying to lose a little altitude, but not get a sink rate warning. So 500 feet. That's an unstabilized approach. So you can see how my nose is a little bit to the right. That's another way you can tell where the wind's coming from. So it's reported from the right. It feels like it's from the right, so that would make sense.
Airbus 0 Victor Romeo, turn next taxiway.
Airbus is turning off. I can see him.
Endeavor 5147, go around.
Nah, man. He's off. I'm not going around. They would not send me around. He's getting off right now. It's the game being overly conservative about it. Like, literally, he's taxiing off right now. There's no reason to send me around.
50, 40, 30.
And it wastes my time, frankly.
10.
Game.
Endeavor 5147, acknowledge last transmission. Airbus 0 Victor Romeo, contact ground on 121.9er.
Yeah, I'm not going around. We'll just deal with him when I get off. The game being stupid is all it is.
121.
They don't sequence properly, and then they make me pay for it.
Goodbye.
It's like, what is this? What is this blue line over here on the left? See that shit? Oh, that's a. Is that a? I don't have track IR on. What is that? It's a closed
Endeavor
taxi.
5147, please acknowledge.
Motherfucker, I am not acknowledging shit.
Tower Endeavor 5147, say again, please.
I guess that is an ugly taxiway setup. You have to go all the way down here. That's why the Airbus was on the ground for so long. It's like almost all the way down the runway before we get a turnoff. What the Christ?
Montreal ground, Endeavor 5147, request taxi to the gate.
Endeavor 5147 taxi to gate tree 5 using taxiway Bravo 2 Bravo cross runway 10 Foxtrot Alpha.
Taxiing to gate tree 5 using taxiway Bravo 2 Bravo cross runway 10 Foxtrot Alpha, Endeavor 5147.
So I'm going to try to find the gate that they went to here. It's showing that gate it's showing that taxiway with the X. It shows open on here, but this is a weird, like, That's like we had to go down like 9,000 feet of runway to get a turn off. It would have been 8,000 feet. We went almost 8,000 feet, like 7,000 feet down the runway to get a turn off. That's nuts. That is nuts. Because that, see how the runway lights start turning red and yellow in the center? That happened the last 3,000 feet of runway. Pretty much given up on going around in game. It's just like, they send me around half the time because, like, literally, I was going on speed the whole time.
5147, hold position, caution other traffic.
You don't stop me for ground traffic. Ground traffic
5147, continue
stops
taxi.
for the airplane, you donkey. Like, how does
Roger,
the game
Endeavour
not know that either?
5147.
Let's just go here. Screw it. I don't give a shit. Let's go right to this one. I'm just picking a gate and going in here. This is likely the one they want us at anyway. Turn, turn, turn. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I did not start the APU yet. I gotta get that up and running. We could run on battery for a little bit, but let's get that APU up before I shut this engine down. I want to make sure I have packs and electricity. We lost the VOR there for some reason. Almost spooled up there, guy. APU's almost spooled up. Alright, APU's got it. Alright, good. Let's go ahead and we'll kill it now. And alright, good. So we'll finish out this flight and we'll fly to JFK. But yeah, that's something that I really want them to fix in this friggin' game is, like, they send me around half the time because they can't sequence properly, and it gets very old very, very fast. It really does. You know, because there's no guarantee that they don't send me around. I have to go around again. You know, and that's what bugs me about it, and why I don't do it. Is it's like, you know, I have a high suspicion that they're gonna friggin' send me around again, and again, and again. So it's just like, that's a weird gate. I've been to Montreal in a while. Look where the gates are. They're all the way down here. That's weird, man. Where did we come into? We went into somewhere. Hell did we end up? We ended up somewhere over here. One of these. Screw it. We'll go right there. Alright, that's good. High altitude airways. We'll grab the actual flight. Kennedy, let's go ahead and find the actual flight we're running here. This is the one right here. So they went off gate C87, A10 in JF&K. They got what did they file for? 300 is the file. Route is Fawns, Bugsy, Albany, IGN, IGN1. Okay. So IGN1, that's fine. 24 right. What did they land on? I'm trying to figure out what runway they landed on. We should be able to figure it out with this here. Yeah, it looks like... Okay. Okay. So let's find that. Looks like they landed... 13 left? No. I'm trying to remember what the number is. It's 4? 4 left? 4 left. No. It's the opposite of that. 22 left. 22 left, yeah. Let's see if I can get an ILS 22 left or an RNAV. RNAV would be kind of... Let's do RNAV 22 left X-ray. Why is that extra? It's probably because RNAV 22 right. I want 22 left though. RNAV 22. 2-2 left Yankee. Let's do the 2-2 left Yankee. Let's fix... we're doing IGN, but that's weird, man. Why would they do that? They're doing the IGN. Yeah, it looks like they're overflying. They're coming back, so maybe that's what they're doing. Trying to see which one that looks like they're doing. RNAV 2-2. Left X-ray. No, they're not running the X-ray. They might be doing the Yankee. Scroll, please, when I ask you to scroll, game. Could be doing the VOR 2-2. No, they're doing RNAVs. Looks like the RNAV Yankee. Yep, they're doing the Yankee. Okay. You can see them lining up on the Yankee there. Okay. All right, we'll write all this down. All right, so 2-4 right. CUL-3. IGN. Kingston 1 to 2-2 left Yankee. Okay. And 300 is the plan. And what's the 5163? That should be good. Do an IGN 1. I don't want to screw with it if that's what they're doing. Yeah, it'll probably just give us a high overfly. We'll run it. Okay. I gotta start working on my, maybe I'll do it during the, we'll see if I want to boot up Stormworks. I gotta finish interior work. I'm really not in the mood for interior work. One project I've actually been thinking of doing is a home submarine that you get to fly. You get to put an airplane or a helicopter in underwater. It would be super cool in a submarine. All right, let's get set up for, we'll be ready for engine start. That's where we left off. So let's go ahead, and this is ready for startup. All right, open those up. Okay.
Dorval Airport information, Golf 1800 Zulu. Wind tree 04 at 15. Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky condition, ceiling 4,500 feet overcast. Temperature 12. Dew point 10. Altimeter 29.83.
83.
ILS runway 24 right and ILS runway 24 left in use. Landing and departing runway 24 right and runway 24 left. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact UF Golf.
Montreal clearance delivery. Endeavour 516 tree ready to copy IFR clearance to Kennedy.
Endeavour 516 tree is cleared to Kennedy Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 24 right climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Departure frequency is 120.42 squawk 2452.
Endeavour 516 tree cleared to Kennedy Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 24 right climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Departure on 120.42 squawk 2452.
Endeavour 516 tree readback is correct. Contact ground on 122.275 when ready to taxi. Good day.
get some options. IRS is already aligned, so I don't have to worry about it. Let's go there. Yeah, load it in. Okay, it's loaded in now. See what you'll 3 off of 24 right. That's good. Execute that. Arrival. Going to be going into JFK IGN1, and we're going to be going on to, what did I put? Yankee? The Yankee. RNAV. 22 left Yankee. RNAV 22 left Yankee. Okay, and DPK. Put it in. Deer Park, I believe. DPK. Let me just double check it, make sure that looks good. See if we actually have DPK in there. I think we do. Yeah, DPK. We're going off the DPK. It doesn't look like we are. Vectors. Okay, vectors. That's better. All right. Wow, that's exactly the same leg they did all the way down to Kingston. Okie doke. That's an easy flight plan to put in. Jesus. Alright. Alright, runway 24 right. That's in. Legs are good. Alright. That was an easy one to put in, huh? That's good. Alright, what am I doing next here? I gotta check everything, make sure that it didn't get screwed up here. Let's go pumps, let's go. That's good. Probes and windshield heat. Recirc fan on. Looks clean up there. I was looking for the ignitions. Not that I needed ignitions on when we were having... not that I needed them on when I had... where it had icing, but I was just curious about air's ignition right here. Continuous ignition is what I was looking for. All right. You would do that in heavy rain. You don't need it for that. All right. I think we're good here for the most part. Nose wheel steering should be off. Thank you very much. Checklists. Let's see. 4-star checklist. APU's on. Electrics check. Takeoff data is set. Doors will close and lock in a second. Beacon will be on. Fuel pumps are on. Hydraulic pumps are auto on. Parking brake is going to be off for the push. All right, let's go ahead and we need to do a departure brief here. Let me quickly just get it up and we'll get going here, Katie.
Montreal ground, Air Canada 415 Heavy, requesting pushback.
25
Air
right.
Canada 415 Heavy pushback request accepted.
All right, so we're going to be taking off of runway 24 right. We have 11,000 feet of runway. If we have an emergency before 80 knots, we'll stop on the runway after 80 knots only for critical events. After V1, we're going to go ahead and we'll take care of it in the air. We'll get radar vectors back for 24 right. Takeoff brief is complete. All right, let's go ahead and close them up. Actually, let's quickly just put in, I'm just going to memorize 6.8 and then I'll do it in a second.
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard.
Right, doors are
Ladies and
closed.
gentlemen, on behalf of the captain and crew, welcome aboard this flight. We hope you enjoy flying with us.
6.8
Before
Sam.
takeoff, we would like to encourage all passengers to watch our cabin crew display the safety
Montreal
features
ground,
of the
Endeavour
aircraft.
516 tree requesting pushback.
Beacon's coming on. Why is nav
Endeavour
on?
5163 pushback
Why is
request
logo on?
accepted.
Got weird lights on. All right,
Montreal
spin
ground,
it one.
Air Canada 415 Heavy, requesting the end of pushback.
We got quite a taxi to go. We're gonna taxi out on one engine.
And pushback received.
Go to performance. We'll set all the V speeds because I don't like setting them in myself. All right, APU is on. Electronics check. Takeoff data is set. Doors are closed and locked.
Montreal ground, Air Canada 415 Heavy with Golf, ready to taxi IFR. Air Canada 415 Heavy taxi to and hold short of runway 24 left using taxiway Alpha Alpha
Takeoff data
4
set.
Alpha
Doors are
Mike
closed. Locked.
Alpha.
Beacons on. Fuel pumps
Contact
are
tower
on.
124.65
Fuel quantity check.
when
Hydraulics
ready.
are auto. Parking brake is off. And we're just going to taxi out on one engine because we got a long way to go.
Taxiing hold short runway 24 left via taxiway Alpha Alpha 4 Alpha.
Try to
Mike
get out of
Alpha,
here on
Air
Bravo
Canada
4.
415 Heavy.
Should be right behind us. We'll stop there. Engine number 1's up.
Montreal ground, Endeavour 516 requesting the end of pushback.
Endeavour
flaps.
516 request to end pushback received.
Remain in your seats with your seatbelts fastened and your seats in the upright position. In case of a drop in cabin pressure, breathing masks will drop from the ceiling and should be placed over your
Flight
head.
controls.
If there is smoke in the cabin during the evacuation of the aircraft,
Flight controls
the
are checked.
walkway emergency lights will display to the exit.
Alright, generators are auto, electrics are set.
In case of an extreme emergency landing,
Bleed valves are auto, packs are on, APU is on, anti-ice is off, nose wheel steering is now armed, taxi checklist, slats flaps set to 8. Flight controls are checked, trims are 6.8 in the green, thrusters are armed, flight instruments are checked, brake temperatures checked, taxi checklist complete. All right. Let's get a taxi clearance and we're going here.
Montreal ground, Endeavour 516 tree with Golf ready to taxi IFR.
This turnaround will be the envy of all airlines.
Endeavour 516
Turn around this fast.
and hold short of runway 24 right using taxiway Alpha Foxtrot, cross runway 10 Bravo. Contact tower on 120.42 when ready. Montreal ground WestJet Tree 27 Heavy requesting pushback. WestJet Tree 27 Heavy pushback request accepted.
Taxi to and hold short runway 24 right using taxiway Alpha Foxtrot, cross runway 10 Bravo, Endeavour
Try to beat
516
him.
tree.
Okay. Should be Bravo
Air Canada
4.
415 Heavy hold position. Caution beyond the taxiway.
And then we got to clear on this. What is this deal with this runway? Got to clear to cross
Air
here.
Canada
I don't see it on the
415
map.
Heavy, continue taxi.
I don't see it on the map. We did get it clear to cross there, so. Like, I'm literally looking at this. It doesn't show as a runway.
Roger, Air Canada 415 Heavy.
Like, is it an old runway? Like, what's the deal, man? I don't see it. Like, it shows it as Charlie as a taxiway. I don't get it, man. That's weird to
Montreal
me.
ground WestJet Tree 27 Heavy
Whatever.
requesting the end of pushback. WestJet Tree 27 Heavy request to end pushback received. Montreal ground WestJet Tree 27 Heavy with Golf ready to taxi IFR. WestJet Tree 27 Heavy taxi to and hold short of runway 24 right using taxiway Alpha 4 Foxtrot, cross runway 10 Bravo. Contact tower on 120.42 when ready.
Yeah, like, I'd like to do a submarine in Stormworks that, you know, is kind of home ship, can have a garage, have a garage, have a hangar. Like, that would be super cool.
Bravo WestJet Tree 27 Heavy.
Maybe I'll make a nuclear engine, or nuclear reactor for the first time. I've yet to make one. I love nuclear stuff too, I just have yet to make one. Yeah, I'm gonna be busy here in a bit, but kind of in a holding pattern for a little bit here. Alright, so we're going to go ahead. I need to get this engine up and have it running for a minute. So I'm going to spin 2. That's 20%. Alright, engine's up. Start the timer. Alright, EC. DC. Hydraulics. Alright, APU's coming down. When I was first at the airlines, we used to run with the APU on until we were in the air, and then for fuel savings, we ended up shutting it down. So most of them, I think, are shutting them down now. Runway heading is going to be, let's see, 24. We'll just do 240. It doesn't even, it says it right on there. What does it say? 237 up to 520 feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has advised that we are now cleared for takeoff.
Trying to read my heading bug as I'm doing this. Pushing my seat back. So I went over here because I need to get this fixed. Give me 237. Can't see for shit here. 237. Okay. And we got a minute 14. We're ready to go. Okay. Got to make sure we have at least a minute, so we're good.
Tower Endeavour 516 tree ready for IFR departure runway 24 right.
Endeavour 516 tree altimeter 29.8 tree wind tree 04 at 15. Cleared for takeoff runway 24 right.
Clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff runway 24 right Endeavour 516 tree.
Alright, lights and strobes are on. Fuel cross flow is to manual. Flight attendants advised, transponder is on, radar is off, CAS is checked, takeoff config okay. Before takeoff check is complete. Clear to go. Clear right, clear left, clear to go. 24 right is verified. Thrust set. Airspeed's alive. $80 knots. V1. Rotate. Positive rate, gears coming up. Now, if I let my feet off the rudder pedals, it weather vanes right into the wind. Speed heading. And 520 feet. Are we there yet? 520. I'm going to hand fly for a little bit.
Endeavour 516 tree contact departure on 120.42.
Nav.
Good day.
So I'd just be calling for this stuff, and the other pilot would be doing it because I'm hand flying.
Going to
I'll hand fly for a
120
little bit.
decimal for 2 Endeavour 516 tree.
Air Canada 885 Heavy, follow the aircraft on
Still
final.
hand flying.
Wind tree 04 at 15. Clear to land runway
Calling the flight
24
director
right.
here. They would be spinning my
Clear to land
bugs
runway
for me.
24 right, Air Canada 885 Heavy.
That's why the flight director was off a little bit, because I didn't spin the bug yet. Alright, all pilots coming on.
Departure Endeavour 516 tree is passing 4,200 feet, climbing 10,000 feet.
Okay.
Endeavour 516 tree departure altimeter 29.8 tree radar contact continue.
Got a little weather here coming in. Alright, fuel cross flows auto. Bleeds and APU are set and off. Thrust reversers are off. CAS is checked. Climb check is complete. Got a long leg here to the next waypoint. This is what the real airplane has. It's a 223 nautical mile leg. It's an hour-long leg there. It's funny. So we got to watch for icing. We're at 1 degree C, and we're in the clouds with some moisture here. We might get an ice. There it is. Look at that. Amazing.
Endeavor 516 tree climb and maintain flight level 210.
Like I might know what I'm talking about here.
Air Canada 885 heavy exit runway
What
when
is it?
able.
2-1? 210.
Climb and maintain flight level 210 Endeavor 516 tree.
210.
Endeavor 516 tree, contact Montreal Center on 132.85. Good day.
132.85 Endeavor 516 tree. Goodbye.
Air Canada 885 heavy contact ground.
Montreal Center Endeavor 516 tree is at 10,000 feet climbing flight level 210.
Endeavor 516 tree, Montreal Center altimeter 29.8 tree, radar contact continue. Montreal Center Rouge 1605 heavy.
Wait till we
is
clear
passing
these
11,000
clouds
feet,
to,
climbing 13,000 feet.
To shut the ice off.
Rouge 1605 heavy, Montreal Center altimeter 29.84 radar contact continue to EBDOT.
Oh, Sergeant's over there now too. Good name.
Montreal Center Air Transit 845 heavy is at 8,500 feet, climbing 13,000 feet.
I'll talk
Air
about all
Transit
my flying stuff
845
later.
heavy, Montreal Center altimeter 29.84 radar contact continue to Purdue.
Alright, we're still got some wispy nonsense here. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it off. We get a hit on the wisp, so I'll go put it back on. We're through most of the moisture. Could hit something off these, but it's gonna be very light if we do. I like to have the next leg visible, but it's also a 200-mile leg.
Air Transit 845 heavy, you are 13 miles east. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors ILS runway 24 left approach. Endeavor 516 tree, contact Boston Center on 120.35. Good day.
120.35 Endeavor 516 tree. Goodbye. Boston Center Endeavor 516 tree is at flight level 190, climbing flight level 210.
Endeavor 516 tree, Boston Center radar contact continue. Endeavor 516 tree, climb and maintain flight level 290.
290.
Climb and maintain flight level 290 Endeavor 516 tree.
And you don't actually want to you want to make, you could start spinning it to keep yourself going, but then you want to definitely make sure you go back. You'll put in 290, you'll point to it, you'll go 290, and then the other pilot points to it and goes 290. So you want to verify those at all times. You don't want to be screwing around without verifying them. So. But that's a 227-mile leg from Montreal to Kingston. They do have an ILS 22 left. I don't know why I don't have it. We'll do the RNAV. What did I say? Yankee. Yankee. And I just did final. I didn't do Deer Park. I think it's Deer Park. I'll look real quick. DPK, Deer Park. It's got to be. Yeah, Deer Park. DOR. And then our final is supposed to be a 300. We'll see. Did I put in 30? 300 was the plan. What's our head? Yeah, so we're on the west side of south, barely. So west, you want evens. So we are on the west side of the you know, the half. And so we are on a 300. It's close. Florida, we used to do things differently because it's such a long, skinny one that you know, most of your stuff's north-south, and so going east-west is not all that helpful sometimes because you're pretty much going north-south all the time. How interesting, yeah. Yeah, it'd be kind of cool to make a nuclear sub that could be a home ship too. Like I was thinking, like kind of Soviet double hull wide. I think that'd just make it a hell of a lot easier because it's gonna look super stubby if it's you know, if you're doing, because like I'm gonna do it in the standard workbench, so. So like here, let's look at some. Yeah, kind of like something wide like this because I think that looks better stubby than to try to do like a rounded out sub that's like gonna be short. So because it'd have to, so kind of a little flattened on top. Because especially I'm gonna have to put doors in there, and so instead of having to like cut a see, the problem is if you cut it with the corner with the curve, you then have to have an overhatch, and then you have to have the watertight doors.
Endeavour 516 tree climb and maintain flight level 300.
300.
Climb and maintain flight level 300 Endeavour 516 tree.
300. So you end up having to, here I'll go back to real quick. So like when I'm gonna cut it in Stormworks, you would have to cut it so low with a really rounded out sub like this because you can't get a watertight door in there without like, the door would end up being down here, where with this I could put the watertight door right on the top. And that would preserve as much space for ceiling height as possible. And that way I could get in something like a, you know, I could have a garage door here for airplanes and for land vehicles. Be kind of cool. NB36. The Convair NB36? That is 290 for 300. You're talking about the Convair, Sergeant? NB36? Or something else? Yeah, just let me know, Sergeant, because I'm just seeing the Convair. The nuclear powered, okay, yeah. Nuclear powered airplane, yeah. I see what you're saying. I was trying to see what the connection was between, yeah. I've seen that before. They were trying to irradiate everybody. Yes. Yes, no thank you. No irradiation, please. It's pretty silly of them. Yeah, but I think a kind of a submarine home ship would be a fun, big project. I'm hopefully going to be very busy here very soon, so we hope if that happens quickly, we'll be in good shape. They went south of JFK, and then they got brought back in over Deer Park, it looks like. the actual flight. So we'll see how they send us in, but it doesn't really matter. Either way they want to send us is good with me. Don't give a shit. Yeah, I hope that the next flight sim really is like, really works on air traffic control. You know, again, like I was saying, like, you know, this is a big, you know, you can see my frustration with the way that flight sim is set up, but I still understand that the average person who doesn't have my flight experience needs to be able to play the game and enjoy it, or else the game does not make enough money. And so the thing with that, again, that I'm all for is you need to make it so that the game is profitable. And so it's just like with Stormworks, where like you could make the game super niche for people who like are super engineers and like are willing to spend 10 hours learning stuff. It's like when people ask for things to be super realistic in Stormworks and why it's not going to happen. So I kind of, you know, I'm consistent in that thought process is you do need to make flight sim more approachable, but you also want to make it so that, you know, I think it doesn't pick the pocket of a normal person to have ATC that is competent. It actually helps that person because, like, when ATC does something that's wrong or silly, it's confusing to somebody who, like, has not done this professionally. Like, you're reading the arrival, and the arrival tells you you need to be at 10,000 feet, and the game ignores it. Well, then maybe you think, okay, well, maybe I'm reading the chart wrong. No, you're reading the chart right. The game is wrong. And so when you don't know these things, you don't know what you don't know. And so you're trying to learn off the flight sim, and the flight sim's wrong. It's frustrating. So I think that would be, by them tightening up ATC, I think it would help both the novice player and somebody who's, you know, has some flight experience.
Endeavor 5163, contact Boston Center on 135.7.
135.7. The SIA is quite good.
Going to 135.7.
Boston does the SIA, New York does the SIA. Sometimes you don't get SIAs out of other
Boston
areas.
Center, Endeavor 516 flight level 300.
Endeavor 516, Boston Center, radar contact, continue.
Alright, so what do we got? We got a reasonable headwind here. So if you look, we're at negative 10C, but there's no moisture. There's no clouds. So we have no ice. So even though we're colder, the air is very dry up here, so there's no ice. You know, if you could get some really high cumulonimbus up here that would have moisture in it, and you'd have ice. But generally speaking, you know, there's the moon. Yeah, so in order to get...
5163, contact Boston Center on 121.35.
You do need moisture to have icing.
121.35, Endeavor 516. Goodbye.
Yeah, that was back when they thought everything
Boston
was going to be
Center,
nuclear.
Endeavor 516, flight level 300.
I didn't realize a lot of the issues with it.
Endeavor 516, Boston Center, radar contact, continue.
Let's see if we got any grouchy gusses on Stormworks comment section. Yeah, that's the thing too, is especially when they give us a good update, even if it's not for you, it's like, why are you coming in that day and bitching? It's like, Jesus. Yeah, like this guy, this is good, but still lacking fixes. Dude, they fixed how many fixes? They put in a bunch of fixes. Like, dude, relax. They're doing as many fixes as they can do each week. You know? See, the problem is this guy that's complaining now, probably, like, what he thinks is a fix is his build is built incorrectly. So he wants them to make it easier for him because he doesn't know how to build, A. Or B, he wants them to change fundamental physics of the game, which they said they're not going to do, you know, already. And so that's not going to happen. And then this guy saying, you know, then he says, not Stormworks 2, which is 100% Stormworks 2 under a new name. No, it's not. They already said it's going to be limited in scope. It's like, just people talking out of their ass as though they have some info. Could he be right? Sure. Is he likely right? No. Being a jackass, frankly. seems like a dead game, only this one still have update, but every 2 months. There is an update every 2 weeks. What are you talking about every 2 months? Yeah, just somebody who probably has no idea what this game is about, and then like, because he watched somebody, you know, do something it was not about. Let's see how many hours he has in the game. 295 hours, but he's the expert. You know, he has nothing, one thing on the workshop. So you get somebody who barely plays the game is going to tell you how the game is. Right. Right. Let's see what the other guy who trying to tell us what the game was about. See how many hours he has. He's got 1 million games too. Like this is how like a lot of people they don't play games very long. It doesn't show how many hours he has in any of his games. But you've got people who don't play games very long. They just kind of dabble, and then which is fine. They go ahead and they play the next game right away, but you know they're kind of like a hamster on crack, and they keep moving from game to game to game, which is fine. But you know, why would you build a game for that person? That person is not going to continue to play your game. They're not going to hang around. So, and then they want them to make the changes. It's like, no, you make the changes for the people who stick around. That's who you make the changes for. You know?
Shamrock 101 Heavy Boston Center radar contact. Continue to India Golf November.
Oh, this is good from JDH. JDH is in on the Discord a lot. He answered Ding Dong's post here. He goes, an update every week. Desync is caused by Wi-Fi, not the game. Optimization. The game is not meant for gigantic 200-meter ships or spawning 10 trucks at once. Be prepared to experience lag. Also, upgrading your system helps. Also, your spelling is horrible. That's going to get a slow clap. We'll give that a slow clap. I know it's not on screen. I'm just reading these off. Yep, like this guy's got a good post. Love the small but continuous updates of quality of life improvements and the stuff the community wanted for a long time. Like, that's what I like to see. Like, adding a new part, even if it's not a part that is for me, is great in a parts building game. Yeah. Does it apply to aircraft wheels? You could boot the game and go check it out, guy. Oh, here's one from Alistair. That's a good one from Alistair. This guy pretty much saying not Stormworks 2, you know, which is not Stormworks 2, because the reason why they called it not Stormworks 2 is because people keep thinking it's a sequel. It is not, and they're trying to say it's not a sequel. They've said multiple times, we are continuing to work on Stormworks in parallel, meaning that we're going to be having Stormworks is still going strong on its path, and a different game is going to be going in parallel. It's not going to be replacing it. You know, and they've said it 1 million times, and people still do this. Good post from Alistair there. My God, reading this is good. We'll read both of them, and you can see Alistair's hell. I like his comment. Seems like a dead... Okay, I keep fixing it, too. We'll read it verbatim. Seem like a dead game. Only this one still have update, but every 2 months. Nothing as mentioned happened to most of the base player. Every big bug ain't fixed after all this time. Optimize your thing. My thing's optimized, baby. Not normal that my friend play with me and your game is so broke. She 2 minute literally behind. Tested a horn click on my friend here at only 2 minutes later. Because, the game have so poor sync systeme. Never seen a MP game that trash FRLI. Okay. Then this one from the response from Alistair. My God, reading this was a nightmare for me as well. It's not always the game's fault that you're.
Endeavour 516 tree traffic is 9 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 305 Airbus A20N. Report them in sight.
Leave the hell behind me. Leave me out of this site.
Endeavour
traffic sighting.
516 tree, don't have the traffic.
We'll continue Alistair's response. It's good. It's not the game's fault that you're slowed down. I have zero issues and I play multiplayer with lots of big creations all the time. It's most likely on your end, and if you really don't like the game, why don't you stop playing and go back to middle school? Also, I think you're trying to say they only update every 2 months, which is wrong and really easy to check. Just do a bit of research beforehand. If you need help figuring out what the dates mean and the words in the update, ask for help. It really helps to get your facts straight. Uh-oh, we see a spelling error by Alistair. Go fix that, Alistair. Get your facts straight, period. Lowercase also. They have been fixing so many big bugs. Fix that before fix that before then calls you out. That one's good. Like that. Let people say what they want. Okay, this is the thing that people don't get with what freedom of speech is. Freedom of speech means you say what you want and then somebody else says what they want. All right? It doesn't mean you say what you want. Nobody can argue with what you have to say. So that's silly. You know, it's literally like we're reading both people's comments. How is that in any way, shape, or form restricting their commentary? It's, you know, you say something and somebody can disagree with it. That's how it works. Like, there's a bunch of people, I think it's valid. They want more audio fixes, but, like, I don't get why. Like, it doesn't really pick my pocket. Like, I think what a lot of the people crying about audio is that they run their engines at very high RPS, and so they're screaming in their ear, and that's annoying. So run at a lower RPS, but it's not, you know, it's not the most unreasonable thing, of course. Not going to be the same game. Again, by Alistair, it's good. So a bunch of people who are enjoying it, which is good. Another one, air suspension when? I don't know why you'd want air suspension.
Endeavor 5163, contact Boston Center on
I guess it could be kind of cool to be able to do lower and raise. You could do it with the pneumatic pistons though. I just do it with pneumatic pistons. That's what I would do.
Goodbye. Boston Center, Endeavor 516 flight level 300.
Endeavor 516 Boston Center radar contact. Continue to India Golf November.
Of course, we're continuing Kingston. It's a 200-mile leg.
Endeavor 516 contact Boston Center on 134.3. Good day.
Switching me again? We barely knew thee.
134.3 Endeavor 5163.
We barely knew ye.
Goodbye. Boston Center, Endeavor 5163 flight level 300.
Endeavor 5163, Boston Center, radar contact. Continue to India Golf November.
Another comment from Alistair on that one. Also, did you know it wasn't originally a multiplayer game? I think that's an important point for people to understand is like, you know, they shoehorned it in because people wanted it. So people said, give us multiplayer to this game that's not multiplayer. And they said, here you go, this is what we can do. And then people, wah, 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 wah. It's like, you know, I've enjoyed playing multiplayer. I used to not play multiplayer, and I'd like to do some more multiplayer at some point with some peeps, you know, when I kind of feel like playing again. But, you know, we have a good time playing multiplayer. And so would I give that up, you know, because, oh, it's not perfect, so, like, they should have just not done it? No, they did the best they could do for a game that was not meant to be multiplayer, and many of us enjoy playing the multiplayer as it is because we play it the way it's supposed to be played. We play with reasonable stuff, we have reasonable expectations, we make sure a person with a good PC hosts it. Those without good internet sometimes have to reboot their internet. Not on the game, you know. Even if the multiplayer was perfect, they would still not have, people's internet would still suck at times. Their PCs would still suck at times. So even if the game's multiplayer was perfect, you'd still have some of these same characters, and they would not be able to play multiplayer very well. You know? Because it's on their end. And so it's easy to blame the game when it's on their end. You know, it really is. What? Antenna range adjustable. Okay. Hear me out. Instead of adding parts almost nobody asked for, how about you fix multiplayer? Nobody. Like, this is one of the parts that, like, people have been asking for forever. This is an incredibly popular part they added. Like, that is nuts. Like, people have been asking for new wheels, dualies, forever. And they added dualies. It's like people have been asking this for a long time, you know? Most people seem
Endeavour 516 tree
pretty
traffic
positive.
is 9 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 300
There it
Airbus A20N.
Oh, it's coming right for us.
Report them in sight.
Coming right for us.
Brickyard
Coming right for
5680
us.
heavy traffic is 1 o'clock 3 miles
That's
at
not
flight level
Brickyard.
29
Brickyard
five.
doesn't fly those.
Report them in sight.
Endeavour 516 tree traffic in sight.
Brickyard is not a heavy.
502,
They
you
don't
are
fly
7
those.
miles northeast. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 27 approach via India Golf November transition.
Flex jet is
Clear to India Golf November.
Flex jet. Yeah. No, they got some silliness in the comments,
Heavy traffic in sight.
as usual. I think it's, you know, people are happy with this, I think, in general. Like, a lot of people have been asking for this, man. But, you know, you're going to get your whiny bitches that come in here anyway. And it's like, frankly, as far as I'm concerned, you got some of these characters that have been doing it forever. Like, I think it's the best thing for them to do is warn them and record it. And then after you get, like, 3 strikes, see you later, man. You know, it's the same... You know, and I don't mean just regular criticism. Like, you have somebody who comes in literally every week and says, fix game, fix your game, fix your game. That's just somebody being an asshole, frankly, and they need to be booted. You do that in my Discord or on YouTube, you're gone. It's like, because all you're doing is, like, you're just starting fights in the comments section, you're pissing people off, and it's just like if somebody came in your coffee shop and was like, this coffee sucks every day or every week, and they came in and they just bugged the customers, and they're like, this coffee sucks. Did you guys know this coffee sucks? You know, coffee shop would tell you, get out, do not come back. And then they, you know, that's what should happen, frankly. Because they're just being obnoxious. Get rid of them.
Romeo Hotel Boston Center radar contact continue.
Yeah. Yep. It was a good update too. That's the thing too, is it's like, you know, you can't slap a developer for giving you something that a lot of people have wanted. You know, you got to be like, hey, I didn't like what they did here, so you complained. And then, hey, this is a good thing. You got to give them a pat on the back. You need your carrot and your stick, you know. And generally, the stick you should be using with a product is don't buy it. Like, all these people whine about space deals, like, don't buy it. You know, and I think the devs did the right thing for Stormworks. They realized...
Endeavour 516 tree descend and maintain flight level 190.
190. Space DLC, well, it was mostly the pressure update, but, you know, it came out in a mess. The game was in a mess for a little while, for about a month. And they, you know, they spent some time fixing it. They've been doing some cleanup, and they decided they're not going to do a DLC. They're going to try to just work on stabilizing the game. I think, and to continually bitch when they're doing the thing that they should be doing to try to achieve the goal that you want is a bad strategy. You know? When they're doing the thing that you want, you gotta be like, oh, good, they're doing the thing I want. Shut the fuck up. If you got nothing good to say, shut the fuck up. You know, because they're doing the right thing. You know, if for those whiny people, they're fixing bugs, they're focusing, most updates have been bug fixes, which is what they have been asking for. And then they keep complaining. So, okay, so we do what we wanted to do, add to the game, and they complain. And then we fix bugs, which is what they told us they want us to do, and they complain. So, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just do whatever we want, because they're going to complain no matter what. You know, so it's just bad strategy on the part of those people who constantly complain about everything about Stormworks. It's like, you know, what's their incentive to do the thing you want if you're going to bitch no matter what, you know? And that's why, like, you know, I'm glad they added the part that I wanted. So I went in there and I said, oh, thanks. I've been looking forward to this. Thanks for adding the part, you know? Just, like, you know, be a normal human being. Like, you know, got the keyboard warriors who want to, they're going to be tough guys, you know, where they'd be these little screaming cowards IRL. It's like, you know, when they do something you want, say, hey, good job on that. You know? And you've had some people do that. You know, I don't want to act like everybody's doing that, but, you know, you've had some people who were negative Nancys who, well, still maybe not happy in total, have said, hey, you know, they've been taking steps in the right direction. Exactly. You know, you got to give them their applause when they do the right thing. You know, it informs them of what the community wants. You know. You know, there have been a bunch of people who, like, I don't really notice it because I don't play on multiplayer servers, but they have been talking about some of the things the devs did have made multiplayer servers behave better. And so those people who play on the multiplayer servers have been like, oh, you know, some of those updates have been good. You know, they've helped multiplayer. Good. You know, you can't just say fix multiplayer and bitch all the time, and then when they fix something that's good for you, you say nothing. You know, you got to give a little feedback. Oh, a new fun comment. Let's look. This one's good. I've never heard that expression. I enjoy it. Owl says they farted in the cake uninvited. I thought you farted with your cake. I thought your cake is what made the fart. Let's look at this. But yeah, I do enjoy the comment section sometimes. Game doesn't. I don't know what that means. Alright, that's 2004190. Trying to read this new fun comment here as we level up. Oh, another whiny bitch. Let's put that and say what? Wah, it's not the fixes that I wanted. Yeah, you're not the center of the universe, guy. They fix things that people have reported. And those people, that was important enough to them to report. So guess what? You know, and then I bet you that person probably didn't, actually put up report anything. You know, that's often what you get too. Somebody who doesn't report, what their issue is. But it's also like I go.
516 tree traffic is 1 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 205 Airbus A20N.
Where?
Report them in sight.
I see nothing.
Endeavour 516 have the Airbus A20N in sight.
Oh, there he is, right there. Okay. 1 o'clock, my ass. He's already passing to 11.
Boston Center American Tree
I'll bring up
43
Kingston so I can see what the arrival looks like.
Endeavour 516 tree, contact New York Center on 132.6.
Getting busy. I gotta do a brief here. I'll get back off the
American Tree 43 Heavy Boston Center radar contact. Continue to Mike X-ray Echo.
Milwaukee.
Going to 132.6 Endeavour 516
No, that's MKE.
tree.
What is he doing? Is he stuck?
Endeavour 5166 contact New York approach on 120.8.
New York Center Endeavour 516 tree flight level 190.
Endeavour 516 New York Center radar contact. Continue to door.
Alright, we're going to door.
Endeavour 516 descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
Okay. Even though Lendy is at flight level 190, you want us at 10,000? Okay.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Endeavour 516
Even though the arrival clearly tells us that is not
Endeavour
where you want us to be.
516 traffic is 3 o'clock 2 miles at flight level 200 Airbus A20N.
Interesting.
Report them in sight.
What do I know? What do I
Endeavour
know?
516 contact New York Center on 133.15. Good
10,000.
day.
Going to
Yeah, we're supposed to be at flight level 190 at Lendy.
163.
Don't know why they're having us descend so early. But
New York
whatever.
Center Endeavour 516 is at flight level 185, descending 10,000
And
feet.
no altimeter setting. I gotta
Endeavour
grab
516 New York Center altimeter 29.86 radar contact. Continue to door.
86. Okay.
New York Center Endeavour 4964 Heavy is passing
Endeavour doesn't have
12,700
any
feet, climbing
heavies.
flight level 230. Endeavour 4964 Heavy New York Center altimeter 29.86 radar contact. Continue.
There is no heavies for Endeavour. Yeah, I'll bring up the chart so you guys can see it here. Oh, good. There's somebody to boot over on. So, Twitch has been doing a good job of booting all these people, and they get more people selling views. Yeah, if you look right here, see Lendy, expect 250, and that's at flight level 190. Because the bar is above it and the bar is below it, that means we're supposed to be at 190. So it's an expect, so they could give us something different, but that's what it's supposed to be.
Airbus 0 Romeo Tango, your tree 7 miles west. Climb and maintain 5,700 feet.
All right, I gotta get a brief in here.
Runway 6 approach via Sierra Bravo Juliet transition.
All right, I'm going to be doing the RNAV GPS Yankee to runway 22. Final approach course is 224. DA is going to be 269. 1,800 at Zalpo for the artificial glide slope. Touchdown zone elevation is 12 feet. LPV, which is lateral plus vertical guidance, 269 feet, giggity. And then if we lose LPV, we can switch over to LNAV at 419. Missed will just come back. Vectors for JF&K. Brief complete. Let's fix
New York Center Endeavour
the,
4957 Heavy is at 13,200 feet, climbing flight level 190.
I gotta fix that. I fucked that up.
Endeavour 4957 Heavy, New York Center altimeter 29.87 radar contact continue.
That'll do, but I'm gonna scroll it a little bit more. There we go. That's just to depressurize the airplane.
New York Center Endeavour 5004 Heavy is at 14,300 feet, climbing flight level 210.
I'm gonna get down.
Endeavour 5004 Heavy, New York Center.
Not that we need to get down this fast, but I'm
radar
gonna do it.
contact continue.
And traffic there.
Airbus 0 Romeo Tango contact Teterboro approach on 119.5.
Pick it up a little bit.
Good day.
All right, let me boot a couple of these bots over on Twitch that are trying to sell me shit. So I'm not buying.
119.5 Airbus 0 Romeo Tango. Goodbye.
Where's the
Airbus 1
report?
Foxtrot Juliet, your tree 4 miles west. Climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Expect ILS Zulu runway 6 approach via Sierra Bravo Juliet transition. Clear to Sierra Bravo Juliet. Endeavour 4957 Heavy traffic is 9 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 195 Airbus A20N. Report them in sight. New York Center Air Canada 1376 Heavy is at 6,100 feet, climbing 13,000 feet. Air Canada 1376 Heavy, New York Center altimeter 29.86 radar contact. Continue to Lima Victor Zulu. Endeavour 5163 contact New York Center on 121.125. Good day. Delta Tree 67 Heavy contact New York Center on 121.125. Good day.
Going to 121.125 Endeavour 5163.
That's LaGuardia right there. That's LaGuardia. JFK is over here. We're going to come around and then in like this probably on 22. That's LaGuardia right there. That's Newark's
New York
over
Center,
here.
Delta Tree 67 Heavy is at flight level 190, climbing flight level 200.
So we fly right over the top of LaGuardia.
Delta Tree 67 Heavy, New York Center radar contact. Continue to Lima Victor Zulu. Brickyard Tree 581 Heavy contact New York Center on 133.15. Good day.
Click it.
New York
damn it.
Center Endeavour 5163.
You got a
passing
200 knot speed
10,200
restriction,
feet,
250
descending
knot speed
10,000
restriction
feet.
coming up here.
Endeavour 5163 New York Center altimeter 29.84 radar contact. Continue to Lima Golf Alpha.
LaGuardia.
Endeavour 5163 descend and maintain 5,000 feet.
5,000.
Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Endeavour 5163.
Problem is the
Endeavour 5163 contact New York approach on
can't get any words in here
134.35.
otherwise. This
Good day.
134.35 Endeavour 5163. Goodbye.
Going to 133.15.
Slow down before I
Tree 581 Heavy.
send here.
New York approach Endeavour 5163 is passing 10,000 feet, descending 5,000 feet.
Endeavour 5163 New York approach altimeter 29.84 radar contact. Continue to Lima Golf Alpha.
8-4. Alright, let's get ready for landing here. Let's see. Alright, landing elevation is set, fuel's checked, TCAS is going to be on, radar is off, CAS is checked. Landing data is set, and approach briefing is complete. Let's actually set the landing data here, or some of it at least. That check is complete. Alright, so we'll see how the ATC wants to load us in here from the game. I'm going to bring up the chart. I gotta have that up while I'm doing this. 2,000 at Nyack, so I'm gonna descend us just a little bit faster here. So I'm just in a speed descent, so as I pull the thrust lever back, you'll notice the speed, vertical speed will increase, because it's trying to maintain 250 knots. So I got it in speed mode there and just set it. And we're at 7 degrees C, so we're not going to pick up any ice over here. Canada's just quite a bit colder than we are. Heading mode. Should be in heading at this point. Crossing LaGuardia, so. I'm waiting for a vector likely to bring us around. So they were bringing them south below the airport, coming around this way. We're going to go across the top, I guess, right, right at 5,000 feet. We'll see how that works out for us. You can see this is the final approach course right there.
Endeavour 5163, you are 8 miles north. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect RNAV Yankee runway 22 left approach via Delta Papa Kilo transition. Clear to Delta Papa Kilo.
Alright, send us to Deer Park. I gotta fix that.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect RNAV Yankee runway 22 left approach via Delta Papa Kilo transition. Clear to Delta Papa Kilo Endeavour 5163.
That's not allowed, so let's go to legs. Back to nav. 11 at 5. Go to Deer Park. So come over the top of the final for 2-2s. I'm going to head to Deer Park. And then we'll make a left turn back for Nyack. Just going to go direct Deer Park so it doesn't screw me around here. It's trying to go back on course. I don't want it to do that. I want to go direct Deer Park, so we'll just do that. I want to give myself a little bit of a wider turn here. A little fast. You see all the traffic here. Quite consistent.
Delta 29er Heavy, you are 21 miles east. Climb and maintain 14,000 feet. Expect
Did I
4
click
DME
my
runway
mouse
22 left approach
sensitivity
via
off?
Delta Papa Kilo transition.
I did. I got a button on my mouse that if I accidentally click, it screws up my mouse. You see this guy right here? That's who we're following. We keep speed up. We'll go 250. So he looks like he's turning over Deer Park right now.
Climb and maintain 14,000 feet. Expect 4
There he is
DME
right there,
runway
turning over
22
Deer
left
Park.
approach via Delta Papa Kilo transition. Clear to Delta Papa Kilo Delta 29er Heavy.
He's probably behind us, this Delta Heavy. It could or could not be a Heavy. Probably this one right here, right behind us. So I'm gonna speed up a little bit. We'll get up to 250. You use the trend vector to get right on it there. You can see I'm just kind of bringing the trend vector down as I approach it.
Endeavour 5163, descend and maintain 2,000 feet.
2,000. I don't know why he's having us descend to 2,000.
Descend and
That's
maintain
not right,
2,000
but
feet.
whatever,
Endeavour
we'll do it.
5163.
traffic is 10 o'clock 4 miles at 3,000 feet Airbus A20N.
Yeah, he's right there.
Report them in sight. Delta 29er heavy traffic is
Step
9
on me,
o'clock
huh?
4 miles at 4,900 feet.
It's me.
Report them in sight.
Endeavour 516 have the traffic.
Yeah, I guess now it is 2,000 at NAIC, so I guess we're all right.
Delta 29er heavy
I just thought it was a little premature that to sending us, but it's not. I thought they would have us go Deer Park inbound just for noise abatement, but maybe not. Noise abatement's trying to keep it quieter, so they keep you up higher if they can.
Endeavour 516 traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles at 4,000 feet Airbus A20N.
Right there. Right there. He's trying to push him in on us.
Delta 405 heavy traffic is 10 o'clock 4 miles at 4,200 feet. Report them in sight.
See how the squeeze happens with this guy?
Delta
Alright, there he is there.
405 heavy have the insight.
Alright, we're turning to Nyack. Long Island out here. A light Long Island iced tea. A lot of pools out here. Like to pull the leaves out of it and cover them. Yuck. I'm going to put us in direct Nyack here in a second. I don't want this much of a turn, so I'm going to, as soon as we get kind of close, I'm going to put in a direct Nyack. I want to give us a little bit of a space. Alright, that is 3 for 2,000. Zalpo. Why are we going direct Zalpo? Okay, we're going direct Zalpo, I guess. Fuck off. No?
Endeavour 516 traffic is 7 o'clock 4 miles at 3,900 feet Airbus A20N. Report them in sight.
Dude, I'm not calling out traffic anymore.
Delta 209er heavy, you are 24 miles
I'm
northeast.
too busy for this shit.
Climb and
Calling out
maintain
traffic all day.
14,000 feet. Expect 4 DME runway 22 left approach via Delta Papa Kilo transition. Clear to
Why
Delta
do they
Papa
not have
Kilo.
Nyack in there? It's supposed to have Nyack in there.
Endeavour 516 don't have Airbus A20N in sight.
Climb and maintain 14,000 feet. Expect 4 DME runway 22 left approach via Delta Papa Kilo transition. Clear to Delta Papa Kilo Delta 209er heavy. Delta 29er heavy descend and maintain 1,400
Yeah, I don't know
feet.
why it didn't have Nyack in there. It's weird. It's gonna screw up our sequence if
Descend and
we
maintain
pull that.
1,400 feet Delta 29er heavy.
I'm gonna slow down a little bit. I got planes that are like right behind me, so I'm trying not to slow down too much, but I do need to be ready to put some gear in. Alright, track arrows coming up. Cat, exactly when the cat must have come in.
Delta 29er heavy, you are 6 miles northeast of Kennedy. Contact Kennedy
Back
Tower
on.
on
Cat was screaming to come in
119.11
just as I
inbound.
put track IR back on. Alright, airport's in sight over there.
Tower on 119.1 Delta 29er heavy.
Endeavour 516 don't have the traffic.
Get traffic over to our right here.
Endeavour 516 traffic alert. 3 o'clock less than 1 mile 2,600 feet Airbus A20N.
Yeah.
Report them in sight. Delta 405 heavy traffic
Dude,
alert.
I'm not gonna see him.
12 o'clock
You got
less than 1
the
mile
game
2,000
smashing
feet.
everybody together here on
Report
the
them in
arrivals.
sight. Endeavour 516, you are 14 miles
Okay,
northeast
that's
of
the
Kennedy.
call I want.
Contact Kennedy Tower on 119.11 inbound.
Tower on 119.1 Endeavour 516.
Alright. Alright, we're making our turn in now to Zalpo. Gotta get it cleared to land here, so I'm gonna go ahead and call him now.
Kennedy Tower, Endeavour 516 tree 13 miles northeast inbound Arnav Yankee runway 22 left approach.
Endeavour 516 tree Kennedy Tower. Altimeter 29.85, wind 263 at 6. Cleared Arnav Yankee runway 22 left approach.
Cleared Arnav Yankee runway 22 left approach Endeavour 516 tree.
Gears coming down. I don't have the approach lights yet. I feel like I'm sitting too low. There we go. Alright, runway's in sight. Alright, I'm not sure how... Okay, it's still descending us, so I think it's on the... Okay, good, I've got the glide slope now. Okay, I got the LPV glide slope now. I believe. Yeah, it's running LPV now. Okay, we're good. Speed down. Alright, Flight 10's advised passenger signs are on, thrust reversers are armed. Landing gears down, 3 greens, left slat set to 45, landing checklist complete.
Exit 508 number 2 for landing. Follow the aircraft on final.
It kicked us off approach mode. Okay, I put on approach
Caution
mode.
the Airbus
The
A20
fuck,
and
man?
landing runway 22 right.
Alright, I'm gonna handle it
Clear to
manually.
land runway 22 left.
It's screwing us here. I don't know why it kicked the approach mode off, but it did.
Clear to land runway 22 left number 2.
So I just
exit
kicked the
508.
autopilot. I don't know what it did. Didn't like that approach for some reason.
Endeavour 516 tree number 2 for landing. Follow the aircraft on final.
Clear to land.
Wind 21 tree at 10. Caution the Airbus A20 and landing runway 22 right. Clear to land runway 22 left.
We got a
to land
parallel
runway
landing
22
right here
left,
on
number
22
2,
right.
Endeavour 516
We're
tree.
following this guy right here. Yeah, I gotta look at, I put on the approach mode. I don't know why. It didn't look like it took the vertical segment, so I don't know what the deal is here. Wonder if there's a way I have to activate this or not, that I don't know. I'll have to look at it. But I can just do it manually too. I can run us down to, you know, I'm visual, so I can just run it visual. See the Airbus landing on 22 right, right there. Okay, I can see the LPV. I can see the LPV glide slope. I don't know why it's not capturing it though.
Kennedy Tower Delta 2.
Like I'm watching it.
Heavy 6 miles northeast inbound for DME runway 22 left
It's the
approach.
white. It's the white indicator.
Delta 209.
Like I can see the LPV glide slope. I don't know what the deal is.
Altimeter 29.86, wind 21 tree at 10.
He's gonna try to send us
Clear
around
DME
again
runway
because he's
22
got us.
left approach.
Everybody's super tight.
Delta 209er heavy number 3
He's
for
at
landing.
the threshold right now.
Follow
The
the
guy
aircraft
we're
on
following. Trying to slow it down just a hair to let him get off, but he's gonna tell us to go around. I'm gonna stick it
Runway 22 left.
because I'm not fucking around. Like every landing would have to be a go around if I let the game
Clear to
go.
land runway 22 left number 3 Delta 209er heavy.
400.
And I'm just not about that. See, he's like touching down now.
300. 200.
But she knows it. But she knows it. But she knows it.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Exit 508, go around.
80 knots. Thrust reversers are gone. Trying to see the taxiway here. Where's the taxiway? Right there. Is that a turnoff? I don't see a center line light. Where the hell are my center line lines? Do I not have any center lines?
Endeavor 516
There it is,
tree,
right
turn
there.
next taxiway.
Can't like I got no lead off lights. So no center line lights on 22s. Huh. Got no lead offs. It's interesting.
Endeavor 516 tree, contact ground on 125.05.
125.05 Endeavor 516 tree. Goodbye.
To a complete stop.
Kennedy Tower, KLM 641 Heavy, 6 miles northeast inbound for DME runway 22 left approach. KLM 641.
Ground Endeavor 516 tree, taxi to the gate.
Endeavor 516 tree, taxi to gate Foxtrot 4 tree via taxiway Zulu Golf Cross runway 22 right Golf Alpha Tango Alpha.
We're going to different gates, but
Taxiing to
We're
gate
gonna go to the Delta
Foxtrot
gates,
4
but-
tree via taxiway Zulu Golf Cross runway 22 right Golf Alpha Tango Alpha Endeavor 516 tree.
yeah, they put everybody way too tight. So they had the flex jet had to go around because they were right up behind us, and then I think the guy in front of us disappeared. They do that sometimes. Just it's weird integration with the real traffic, because like sometimes it's delayed and then it's like, oh, I'm not here anymore, and then deletes planes, and then it puts like planes stall out and they stop moving. So it's a cool concept. It's just in practice. Now they would have us generally hold short here and then tell us to clear to cross, but they cleared us already to cross. So we're gonna cross. Don't see anybody coming in anyway. All right, APU's up. And we'll land. We'll go park at the Delta gates. A guy landing there on 22 left. Just check, make sure we have good electricity there off the APU. We do. All right, we're good there. Okay. JFK has an interesting tower design as the multi-level there. Kind of interesting. Cat must be cold from being outside. He's laying on top of the PC getting warmed up. There we go, one landing on 22 right. I'd say it probably depends on the airport, but like they started having, well, doesn't have his gear down, does he? He does. They started having like you running with your transponder on the ground because they could actually pick it up and see where everybody is on the ground, so they might be doing that now. Probably doing that now, I'd say. Clear left, right, and center. Alright, I think, let's see, this one, who's got equipment for me to go on? We've got equipment. I'm looking for equipment here. You have any equipment there? Looks like there's baggage cart there. Trying to look for a Marshall. Yeah, JFK definitely, like, the more popular airports have better graphics and details and everything. Which makes sense. That's where people, it's the busiest spots. It's likely where people are going to be going. So. Let's go in on this line here. I'm not going to screw around all day. Trying to find a place to park. Alright, so that was a good one. Come in. That was funny. We got a pretty much Montreal all the way to Kingston. They actually did not a bad job bringing us in off Deer Park. That was actually worked pretty well.
Ladies and gentlemen, the door is open. Please make your way to the exit and please make sure you have all your personal items and carry-on.
Alright, so that was a good flight. Let's see. Yeah, probably quite a few. You know, I've done some GA, but most of it's been in jets, so quite a bit. You know, even these hour-long flights, you're going 500 knots for a good portion of it. So, quite a few. You know, I did a cross-continent thing out and back when I was flying the 310. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you like the video. If you guys are new and enjoyed, consider subscribing. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.